Elevate TV, advancing kingdom lifestyle.
Good morning, this is Elevate Television, Advancing Kingdom Lifestyle. My name is Muiruri, and today is another day we get into those conversations I love. But before we do this, let's get back to our drill. Remember this, the link is out. The link is already out. The Elevate Morning Digest Wednesday edition is out. There it is. Send it to your YouTube. Is already on YouTube. YouTube is live, so please pick the link and send it. Remember, like I always say, every time you give this link to someone, you're just opening the world to them. Let me do that. Are you sending? Get your phone, because we're about to send this. Go to YouTube, pick the link. There, great. We are on. Wow. Today we get into something amazing, something I love, art. I tell you, art is what I do it as a side hustle. And today I'm privileged. I'm among beauties, I tell you. And the Elevate is going to be our choice station. We're going to be discussing about the opportunities in art. Today I have some beautiful artists in the house. You can imagine, there are ladies this time. The men, we kept them aside. So art is going to be our subject today. And you will get to know how and if you have a gift. So in a few. So I have Hilda in the house and I have Dayana. So Dayana, look at that camera and introduce yourself.
Good morning. My name is Dayana Nyambura. I am a visual artist. I'm also an agronomist. And I am happy to be here.
Wow, Hilda. In the early times, Asa. Look at that camera, and let's hear you.
Okay. Hello. My name is Hilda. I'm a visual artist based in Nairobi, Kenya. As a visual artist, I get to practice graphic design, illustration, and painting, and I'm
all right.
Grateful to be here.
Visual artist, most of us who are drawing, let me give you my story now. I used to draw cars on my book pages, my subject cases. I got beaten up by teachers, so I stopped drawing. And that is how I left my art
gift
opportunity. These guys took it away. It's not me, it's these guys who took it away. You said you're an agronomist.
Yeah.
My goodness. Agronomist. Okay. What do you do?
An agronomist means I have studied agriculture professionally in the university. Yeah.
So
Crop
the rays
science.
now that are here, you know what to do.
Yeah.
You know what to do. I have a kitchen garden.
I can help with that.
Honestly.
Yeah,
I have a kitchen garden, and I imagine I call myself a farmer.
You are not?
I should grow 100 acres of maize. Right. So agronomist and art.
Yeah.
How did it come?
Okay, art is a God-given gift to me. So I have not studied. It's a self-taught talent.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Self-taught?
Yeah, it's self-taught.
Jesus. We can pray I get something, eh?
Yeah.
Hilda?
Yeah.
Are you also an agronomist?
No, I've never studied agriculture anywhere.
What did you study? But you're in campus?
Yeah. So as for me, I've studied art.
Oh, you went to do art? Huh?
Yeah, fine art. Since
where is that?
Kenyatta University.
KU. Oh,
Yeah.
you are the KU guys, eh?
Yeah.
You are not in KU. Where are you?
I was in KU.
You're in KU? Here?
Yeah, main campus, yeah.
I tell you, KU is producing guys of,
Substance.
But we'll do that. Now, when you talk about a visual artist, what do you guys mean? Okay, can we say there are different types of art?
Yeah.
and visual artists are just one part of it.
Yeah.
So how many are they? Or what can you mention, Hilda?
Okay. As for visual, just think of anything you can see. Just anything you can see. Now it can be painting, it can be illustrations, it can be graphic design, it can be sculpture, just anything that engages the eye. But there's a difference. There's like a line where we go to performing artists, where it's not, you're just not doing something to be seen, you are engaging in the act. Like those people who sing poetry, that is performing art.
Yeah.
But visual, we are back like traditional, like painting on paper. You're doing something. You're using a certain medium. Now that is where we go to visual.
So what do you major in?
Yeah, for me it's
Just drawing, yeah?
yeah, no.
Graphics design.
I'd say drawing is just like the basics. You kind of just have to know your way around drawing for you to navigate around a lot of things, and just for you to be able to communicate using different mediums. I think drawing is it's like the starting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will ask you a question as I look at these cameras, not you.
Okay.
You know, they say artists are weirdos, you know. Are you weird?
Good.
Weirdos. Are you weird? Are you weird, Dayana? You know?
Okay.
It depends on the definition of weird.
Everyone is weird to some
In your
extent.
way, everyone is weird.
to
It's
some
not me who
extent.
said. I just heard somewhere, you know.
But it's true to some extent.
But everyone is weird, even the ones
But I
who
like the
think they're
way
not.
the best. I think there's a time I was looking at an artist. I watch. There's an art session if you watch Deutsche Welle, you know, and some of these international media, they have an art session, and I like it. I like it. It's only that sometimes when they take us into those old churches with you know, but I like it. And this one was saying, there's and I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about them.
Okay.
So they said he was an introvert. She was an introvert, but then she expresses herself on those, you know, canvases in her. You know, she has this room. And why do you rent big rooms and then you have one room you don't sleep in? Is only art.
Studios. It's like a studio.
Like
The studio.
It's like your office.
You live in the studio. You live in the studio.
Yeah.
So she was saying that's the way she expresses herself. Is that true for you?
Yeah, for me, that's how it works. Because I'm naturally an introvert.
Really?
Okay, I am an ambivert. I am both
She
introverted.
said hello.
Because she knows me a lot. So I am both an introvert and an extrovert. So when I was younger, I used to be very much introverted. So I think I took art as my form of expression, just like you've said. I took it as my form of expression. Like when I'm just in the room, I can just take my brushes or my color pencils and just do something. Yeah.
So when you're angry, you take the red ones.
And I splash red
And you begin
paint.
to splash that thing until it comes into something. Huh?
Yeah.
And so few words, but many images,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I think that's the way you call it. So let me ask you, sometimes, you know, when you talk about people who do art, and you know, I appreciate that there are so many. When I was young, I used to go to the National Theatre,
Wow.
the Kenya National Theatre.
Yeah.
My area was acting, and I acted as the king, King David.
Okay.
I was King David.
Yeah.
Yes, and we won, and that was the last play I did.
Yeah.
Right? When I auditioned for another one called Things Fall Apart, the guy had a very small body. The guy looked at me. He said, "Next edition, I think you'll get up."
You are playing which character?
Encouragement.
And
Encouragement.
it was encouragement. It was discouraging me in an encouraging way.
Yeah.
You know? But I never went back to that place. I've never been there again. So when I'm thinking about that, and you take that aspect of art, are you able to speak into situations using your, if I told you today, speak into the current, I don't want to mention it, the current issue, would you bring visuals out of it?
Yeah.
Or is that your way of communication? Because you see, like now, let's even talk about advocacy.
Yeah.
You want to do advocacy maybe on animals, animal safety.
Yeah.
Would you have what kind of images would you use?
Okay, art in itself is a form of communication. It's like a language. So you can use images to communicate certain things. In terms of like what you've talked about, in terms of like animals, if you want to advocate for animal, maybe you want to save a certain like animal that is going extinct, you can use pictures and images, you can draw, you can paint, and then you can take them to events that advocate for such. Yeah.
So
to raise
basically,
awareness.
it's a means of expression for you.
Yeah.
All right. So sometimes when let me not ask you that one, because it's going to mess your mind. Now, for you, you just draw for is it for fun, or is it for business, or is it for hustle? Ini hustle yangu.
Personally, it's a hustle.
Oh, for you.
Yeah, it's also for fun.
For fun. And you make money out of it.
Yeah, I do make money out of it.
Hilda?
Yeah.
Yes, it's for fun. Is it for hustle, or is it just that's my life?
I think it's my life, and I think it's both. It's hustle. It's my fun.
And it's your hustle, and you're happy. You're having fun in your hustle.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, when you decided to do art, you told your dad and your mom, I'm going to campus. In our days, if you said you're going to campus, you must say to do doctor or something.
Yeah.
So you tell us, sasa ninaenda campus. Ninaenda campus na ninaenda kuchora. If you are my daughter, I'd have thought, hii ni ile group ya maandamano. Ile inaenda kuchora kwa streets. So what did they
graffiti.
say? Graffiti. What did they say?
Okay. It was a struggle at first. Yeah. Till to date, they still don't really understand what I do. But
they paid fees for that.
Yes, they
not
paid
to
fees.
Understand.
Yeah.
Notwithstanding.
No, it reached a point where you just have a conversation with your parents. I just had a conversation with them. I told them this is what I want. They wanted me to do nursing. I really cannot stand the sight of blood.
You'd have been a scared nurse.
Yeah. So I just talked to them, and then we just came to an understanding.
So they paid with a crooked neck.
No, they said as long as you know what you're doing.
As
long as you know what you're doing.
And I really have to congratulate them.
Yeah.
I'm sure now when you're happy drawing, and I'm sure they're happy, everybody's happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about now that they took you to do that? Do you have an artist in your family?
No.
So you are like
just
the green apple among the red.
Yeah.
The green apple among the red.
Yeah.
So when they talk about you in the family meetings, they say, Hilda, in some places they say, meet our brother, engineer Mike.
Yeah.
This other one is
This
Dr.
one.
Anne. Hilda does what she does. Now next.
So unfair.
As long as she's happy.
As long as she's happy, we are happy. Imagine, those are kind of conversations you guys have.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I think it's okay. Dayana, do you have artists in your family?
No, we don't.
Jay.
It's crazy.
You don't have family, in your family?
No.
So when they see you working with these canvases, they think our girl has been bewitched.
Actually, they support me a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, they're like, if this is what you love to do, and they know that I've loved to draw and to paint since I was young. So they're like, if this is what you love to do, go ahead and do it.
When you say when you're young, how young?
I discovered I could draw when I was very young, I guess. But I started to really think about it when I was in maybe class 8. Because at least I could draw something that was making sense. Yeah.
So, you know, if I told me to draw a human being, I would do it the way our teacher showed us. She draw a stick, then another stick, then
Like a
another
circle.
one, then a circle.
And then you put the hair.
And then, if you want to make sure he's a girl, put a triangle. That's how we taught how to draw. So you guys must have had a very, has a way of. Now, in my thought, I'm thinking you're like just fresh from campus, but you've been drawing through campus.
Yeah.
Have you thought art as a business? 2 days ago, I was watching a lady. I read widely. I read a lot of things. I read about this lady. She's a Kenyan.
Yeah.
She has an art studio in Johannesburg and another one in the US. I can't remember the state. They rate she's worth about 700 million. She's worth 700 million. She has exhibited at the UN headquarters. I think there are 2 Kenyans I know who have exhibited there. One is a sculptor. He does soapstone sculptures. And so she was talking about art, and there's a piece she had sold for good dollars. So I said, as much as you're doing it as a hustle, do you think as a business, would you settle down, this is my business? Do you look at that, or you just want to allow time so that you don't say I wasted time, you are drawing?
Okay, I think about it as a business, Pia, because I've seen so many people like successful in the art industry. It takes a while to set it up as a business, and it takes a lot of effort and work, which I'm willing to do that. So
you know where I'm going with this.
About it.
You know where I'm going with this. Have you ever sold any piece of art? And what is the highest sale you have ever made, honestly?
I have sold a piece of art the highest was a painting, and I sold it at 12,000.
12,000?
Yeah.
That's about close to $100.
Yeah.
Have you ever sold one? Hilda, have you ever sold one?
Yeah, I have.
But
it's also almost 15,000.
15,000. And that's good. You can sort out your bills, 1 or 2.
Yeah.
You can sort out 1 or 2 bills, eh?
Yeah.
But don't tell these boys how much you're making. They may want to come near you. And now that, honestly, if you can make that kind of money, that means there's a market for art.
Yeah.
Because people appreciate art.
Yes.
There are people out here who just love art, And let me bring it this way. Who is your inspiration? And don't tell me Mozart. Or Michelangelo. Don't tell me that.
Okay.
Don't tell me that. Who is your inspiration?
So, my inspiration, one of them is Suzanne.
Suzanne.
She's an artist. She
you
was
know, in Kenya, we are a political people.
Yeah.
So when you say Susan, tunatafuta ako chama gani?
Susan gani?
Ako chama gani?
There is an artist who used to study in our school, in our high school. She's really made it big in the art industry. She's called Suzanne Karaoke.
Susan Karaoke. She's the one I'm talking about. I think she's the one I'm talking about. Okay, I don't know. I will need to go back to my book.
She's really made it big in the art industry, and she does really good art. She travels around the world showcasing her artworks. There's also Michael Soy.
Michael Soy.
Yeah.
I've heard that name.
Yeah, he's a Kenyan artist also, and he does really good art. And he's like the biggest that I know right now, and he's making like big strides in the art industry. So yeah.
He's a Kenyan.
Yeah, he's a Kenyan.
Okay. Who's your inspiration?
As for me,
And don't tell me I'm my inspiration.
yes, I was. I'm heading somewhere towards that, but I don't have like someone really specifically who I'd say is my inspiration.
Okay.
I'd say my inspiration is the art itself, the impact art has, because if you look around, most advocacies are driven around by art.
Yeah, that's true.
Most advocacies, you have to contact an artist so that they can try and address it the way they view it or the way the society views it. So I think for myself, it's just the impact that art has that is where I drove my inspiration, not a person specifically.
You know, you say the truth. You know, to impact, I was in a communications class one time, and they were talking about driving narratives. If you want to drive a narrative, we are visual beings, very visual.
Yeah.
And so what one of these experts in communication said, place visuals in front of the people, right? Where they, you know, billboards, posters, you know, banners, so that when they make, you know, take a corner, they see the same visuals, it will begin to shape their minds, begin to shape their attitude.
Yeah.
And so it will be easy to drive a narrative. And that's why when you begin, and that's when I understood the power of art and visual art, actually. So when you see these billboards and all that, that's where now you see the impact when people want to do sales. Like, I want to sell this cup.
Yeah.
I'll just make sure it's in the eyes of the people everywhere. So within a short time, people will just, you know, adopt to that image.
Yeah.
And to slowly they begin to buy. Have you ever thought about working? I have a friend, and I'll mention him. He's one of, you didn't mention him. And I thought you'd have mentioned him, and he used to be in your school. The guy, okay, did he go to your school? I don't know. I think so. Yes. Belzo. Okay. But him is in cartoons. He does cartoons for newspapers, advocacy. He's done, you know, there's, he got a contract with UN at some point. He was doing advocacy, so he did some booklets for, you know, cartoon booklets for a certain character to advocate against a certain practice.
Okay.
And he's done that for years. So the opportunities in art, when you look at them, how do they look for you? If you're given a choice, let me begin here, Dayana. Agronomist. Agronomist.
Yeah.
Is there a title like doctor in agronomy? Dayana. So that we say, if you're given the chance between the agriculture business and the art business, which one would you run for? Or you would split in two?
Okay, like my passion, I have two passions, which is agriculture and art. So I wouldn't throw any of that away. Art is something that I really enjoy and I'm really passionate about. So I think I will invest in both sides. But if I was to choose what I love to really do, or if I would sit down and do it all my life, I will do art. Yeah.
It's the beauty of art. You can still farm as you are looking at it and you're
Looking at the landscape and the main.
I used to read a lot of novels when I was in school, high school especially. And I used to like a certain author, and she used to do, in her character, it's a series of books which I will not mention. In her character of books, she portrayed herself as one who used to grow flowers, beautiful flowers, and she used to paint them at the same time. Yeah. See your bush flowers. Given a chance. Oh, you've already made a choice already. I think you made a choice. Me, art, isn't it?
Yeah.
What would you want to, now that you're mentioning people, would you want to be mentioned for in art?
Mentioned for?
Okay, in terms of, you know, there are people, just like in art, they choose to go advocacy.
Okay.
Right? Then their art is to portray. Okay, like a musician. There are musicians who sing anything.
It's like an activist.
You know? anything, as long as it has a beat, they will just sing. But there are those people like the famous Fela Kuti.
Yeah.
The man, his music is basically for advocacy.
Yeah.
People like there's a South African artist. He's done a lot on apartheid, right? So what would you want to focus on? Is just anything, or you want to do birds, you want to do.
Okay.
Some on camera we're going to have some of your art. Huh?
Okay.
So yeah. So what would you want to do? Take a line on.
Oh, I think in the long term, I'd want to focus on humanitarian action.
Humanitarian action.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because I feel like as we are humans, every single time we have different challenges that needs to be addressed. So I think if I have that opportunity, I already have the opportunity, but yeah, I would focus on humanitarian action.
Humanitarian action.
Yeah.
So the suffrage,
Yeah.
the challenges,
Yeah.
the things that man is going through. So why? So that they can be handled, or just to highlight them.
Once you address them, the sole reason of handling those issues is it's first of all to create awareness. Once you've created awareness, so they can be handled.
We
Because
jumped something.
If you don't,
Sorry, you're finishing.
yeah. Oh, I was saying if you don't.
You're soft spoken.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I was saying if something is not put out there, you will never know it's a problem.
Yes.
Or maybe it's something you really want to address.
Do you know how child abuse came into the limelight? Have you ever read about it?
No.
I read.
Okay.
And one of the key things that child abuse, it was not something, the way people raise children, you spank them, you hit them, you call them names. As people are growing up, and it's not recently, they never understood the stigma, the impact that has on a child. You're walking and the child is on your way, you kick them, you call them a bucket, you kick them, Nobody understood until one of the children who had grown up that way took on to just drawing art, and she would draw and draw and draw. So one time she drew this scared child in a corner, and she went and exhibited in their school in an art, and she just put it there. So somebody came and looked at it. Couldn't move from this picture. Couldn't move from this picture. The others are good, but couldn't move from this picture. And they say, who drew this thing? Because you see, they say art is, you don't need to explain art. When I look at it, what I get out of it is what because it's an inspiration.
Yeah.
And so when they talk to this girl, she say, finally they discovered she's trying to say something that people are not hearing. Because most of her art was about that. She would draw a child hiding under a tree, hiding under a corner, so what is this? And she said, later she came and said that the parents are
Abusive.
They beat her, do this. So that's how now the advocacy began. Right? And so in my view, I think we can use art to do quite a lot.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about it?
Yeah.
You took 4 years to study art. 4 years.
Yeah.
Out of those 4 years, was the world open, or it is just drawing?
I don't understand your question.
I'm saying, did they open the world for you, or you're just left with drawing? In terms of what I can do with this, it's like a guy with a gun.
Yeah. I think
a guy with a gun has many options.
Yeah.
When he passes a bank, he remembers he has a gun.
Yeah.
When he passes, he has a gun. So
okay.
what are you doing with yours?
I think it was like the world was open.
Yeah.
Because for campus, they focus more on teaching you how to express yourself, to handle issues.
Okay.
It is less on the skill. Skills is up to you.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
Wow.
skill level,
Wow.
because you can have like the highest, maybe you can be like a 10 out of 10 in terms of skills, and then someone is like a 2 out of 10 in terms of skills, but what are you addressing? What are you
Okay.
talking about?
Expressions.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to go for a break. After this, we're going to showcase some of your work. You're going to explain it, and then I'm going to ask you the big question. I always have a big question.
Okay.
We're going for a break. Get out all things you've been drawing. Some of you have been drawing, and not on your phone. I mean, on visual paper. And then we shall tell and see if this is art. See you after the break.
In Pillars of Faith,
These truths that we bring out every week around the Word of God, they are meant to strengthen our faith.
Time is a consequence of light. The light you have will inform the time you'll be in.
we seek to fulfill the mandate of the Great Commission.
The purpose of God for believers is for formation of sons.
What are the pillars that we need in our lives?
Bearing fruit is spiritual maturity.
Yeah.
You cannot bear fruit if you're not mature.
That is our agenda, motivation and intention.
Introduce Jesus into the matter,
Yeah.
and your times and seasons will shift.
Pillars of Faith, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.
This is art, where your words become fewer, but your images increase. And we're dealing with art today. I know some of you, some of us don't appreciate art, but you see, the work behind the piece of art should make you appreciate the art. And so, Dayana and Hilda here, just fresh out of college. That there's a statement, there's a fresh out of college. I don't know what it means, Yeah, you're fresh out of college, and you're out here and you're doing your. So, I'm thinking aloud. You're doing agriculture here, and you're drawing here. So, what time are you? How are you working? How I should talk to your lecturers. Maybe you're bouncing classes. But anyway, we'll deal with that. Now, I want to look at some of your art, and tell us what you think. So I want to start with the bird.
Okay.
I think it's an eagle. Is it an eagle? Look
Can
at the
be a
hummingbird. Or you tell me it's in the eyes of the beholder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that, a hummingbird. You don't need to look at it. You drew it.
Yeah.
What was the story behind it? Because they say every art, is like a picture. Every picture is worth 1,000 words, isn't it?
Yeah.
What was behind that drawing?
Okay, so it's a habit.
And let me ask you, when did you draw it, first of all?
Yeah.
And we can ask you the why, when.
It has been in my store with other paintings for a while, but I completed it last week.
Oh.
Yeah.
So art can take as long as you want.
Yeah. You're the one who gives yourself the deadlines unless it's a commissioned work. Yeah.
So what were you drawing? What were you doing?
Okay, so I was trying to depict like a bird, a hummingbird, in its natural habitat. Because nowadays with the modernization, you really don't get to see such scenes.
The habitation.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now I was just trying to capture that moment. I think it's
And
really
we are
special.
living in the days of plot.
Yeah.
Plot. Let me not translate it. Plot,
Yeah.
oily. So you're just trying to show the natural habitat of the
Yeah.
hummingbird. You know the story of the hummingbird and the late Wangari Maathai, and she was quite an advocate. She have a big voice in advocacy for nature, and she said, "What can you do?" And she gave the story of a hummingbird, and she said she was just being a little hummingbird. The forest was burning, and all the animals were running away, and she would tell the other animals, "Let's put off the fire," and they say, "What can you do?" But then she saw they are running, so it could go peck some water, come and drop. Though it was a small drop, she was doing something to put off the fire.
Wow.
And so she really changed my mind on issues. Everybody is complaining, but what are you doing about it?
Yeah.
Right. There's a boy there. Is it a boy or a human being? Let me not say much. That's a boy?
Yeah, it's a boy.
Okay, I can ask hard questions. So please answer them before I ask them.
Okay, so this is a portrait of a boy. It's a young boy from where I stay. So the mother just wanted to just give the boy a gift, a portrait gift. So she just gave me the picture and she told me to draw for her as a gift for the boy.
For the boy.
Yeah.
You did that with charcoal or pencil?
Pencil and charcoal, both of them.
Well, pencil and charcoal.
Yeah.
I wish you came with that charcoal today.
We'll bring it next time.
They say artists are like mechanics. When they are working, there's paint on this side, grease on this other hand, So so if I sat here, I took a pose, you give me my image.
Yes.
Really?
But it'll take some time though.
How much time? How much time do you take on that?
I'd say 3 hours in total.
3 hours.
Yeah.
This work for 3 hours only?
3 hours non-stop. But
Non-stop.
it took some time to correct the small details.
Were you erasing? You are past erasing. We used to draw with rubber,
You have to erase as an artist. You have to correct your mistakes because you also make mistakes
This
a
one
lot.
doesn't look like it as a mistake. Do you get this feeling you don't even want to look at something you did last year?
If it was a very terrible
you drew
art piece.
something, it was the best for you, you'd show off, on your Instagram, on your Facebook, and then today you don't like looking at it.
Yeah,
But
it happens.
internet never forgets. We just pull it out and remind you.
Actually, there are some art pieces in the store right now that I'm just wow, okay.
Is this me?
Is this me?
It's called growth.
Yeah, growth.
Is that you?
No, that's not him.
But you
That's
smile
not
like
me.
them. What is the image?
So the image was just me capturing a moment of happiness. It was actually a combination of different images, and I wanted to just express the happiness
Is
and
that
the laughter.
charcoal also?
Both charcoal and pencil.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's not somebody's portrait, you just wanted to capture?
Yeah, I just wanted to capture some.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you happy that day? Or you're just...
I was happy.
Yeah, so that's what you do. When you're happy, you just begin to draw happy things. Yeah?
It was also practice. Yeah.
This is practice. So when you do the real thing, how does it look like?
Much better.
That's practice. All right. I now have noticed something about all your images. They have a signature.
Yeah.
Dayana.
Yeah.
That's natural in all art. I've seen it.
Yeah.
And the guy who got the contract to do one of the nice places you go for coffee. They have not paid me, so I cannot mention their name.
Okay. No free promotion.
They do oil paints. That guy does oil paints. And by the way, why I go there for coffee, I sometimes just like to see those illustrations of oil. You know, have you gone there? Have you seen them?
Okay, we don't know.
That
that are
coffee
bright
house,
colored.
that coffee house at the corner there, down the basement, up there.
Maybe you just mentioned
We will go.
because they change oftenly.
Yeah.
But I discovered they have a commissioned guy who does oil paints.
Okay.
Do you work with oil? You know?
Yeah.
So if I give you oil, you just oil paints, you will do it.
Yeah.
There's this lady with a mask in her eyes.
Yeah.
Is that a mask?
It's just something.
You know, you have just come from masks.
No.
Look at the colors and look at the lady. She's having a time of her life.
Yeah.
What's behind it?
So that is there was a series I was doing about introspection.
Ish, siongee tu Kiswahili.
Kiswahili sijui kusema.
Introspection.
Kujiangalia.
Check in the dictionary, then put it on YouTube. In fact, I'll be reading your reviews.
It's just like kujiangalia in Kiswahili. When I do a direct translation, it's going to sound weird.
Okay. Don't worry. I'm enjoying you.
Yeah, it's like watching your actions or just paying more attention to yourself. So she's wearing a mask, trying to like not see a lot of things going around, just focusing on herself and enjoying who she is as a person. Yeah, just less of the world going around, just her.
So that's the color.
Yeah.
Enjoying the color.
Yeah.
And I wish I could be able to express myself with that. Maybe I wish I would. I would draw some things.
But it's still your expression.
Hey. There's a lady behind me here with 2 bundles on her head. By DNW.
Yes.
Good. I like your signature. It's always at the corner, eh?
Yeah.
So what's it all about? What is it all about?
So this is it's just a painting. I was just trying to capture a portrait of a lady, and basically it's just like a lady being herself. Yeah.
So she's herself when she has these bundles. I think I should get mine.
I have mine.
Like she's being
Like
extra.
Diana. They're not like Hilda. Hilda has. You know, by the way, the first time I ever saw you, the thing that struck me was your hair.
What?
The first time I saw you. In fact, I didn't even know how to talk to you. So when I met you, I noticed the hair first. I noticed a lot of things about people.
Yeah.
So I noticed the hair. So I then later I'm seeing her greeting me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the rest is history. She's here.
Yeah.
So you know, there's something about artists and hair.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something.
There's something about artists and hair.
Yeah.
The one I mentioned earlier, who does comics, you should see his hair.
Yeah.
He's just, you know,
Everywhere.
he doesn't comb his hair. He doesn't make it into rasta. It is in between, you know.
It's just like
confused.
The guy is
confused.
there. I know. That's why I say some people think you guys are weird, but you look good. You look great.
think
I wish I
it's
could get that kind of hair.
Yeah.
Dayana.
You should.
To get that kind of hair.
It's a personality.
Yeah.
It's a
But you put on a professional hairstyle. Ama, it's because you are coming here today.
It's today.
It's today. It's
Not to
today.
bangaiza.
But I'd say it's taking the self-expression a bit too far.
Or you just express
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
And it's okay to express yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have to, you know, put on a tie and you don't want to put on a tie. You know, you can tell when somebody doesn't want to have a tie. They're always shifting, you know.
That's uncomfortable.
Yeah. And I think artists have worn in that space where they're just themselves. They don't care what you think.
Yeah.
You know, they don't just care. You know, you find them in an overall, in an office. They're coming to see a very senior person with an overall, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, this is where I want to escape.
Yes.
You want to escape. You know, I can tell now. You want to escape where there's a nice river with in a little cottage, and it's small, just for you. What's up?
Yeah.
If I was a psychiatrist, I'd ask, what's going on?
So this
Please
is now
talk
where
to me.
it's deeper. It's getting deeper.
This is sense. You know, this is really inspirational.
Yes. Very inspirational. So it's just.
And it looks like there's a sunset at the back.
It's actually a sunset. Like the context is
You know, when
like
you talk a
sunset.
sunset, nice cottage, nice green grass, a nice tree, you know,
It speaks nature.
listening to some jazz,
Yeah.
you know,
Nature comfort.
and there's a little charcoal fire. God, so you want to leave us and go here?
I want to escape the nature.
Escape is this escape of the mind or what? You know, and there's you know, by the way, they say you must find a way to vent and to be able to leave your, you know, sometimes just.
Yeah. Escape
But the problem of
busy.
escaping realities is that when you wake up,
It's still
they are
there.
looking at you.
Yeah. You can't escape. You're not escaping. You're just like giving yourself a break.
It's just saying, this is my desire. Huh? You want to go to, do you know a place like this?
Do
I
I?
saw a place like this in Limuru.
Wow.
Nice river, trees.
So it's like an escape from the busy world. You know, like we have all these tall buildings everywhere. There are cars and noise everywhere. So like if you can be able to get such a place,
Just go and hide there.
yeah.
No
Not
pho-
really
no
hide.
phones,
Not really hide.
No YouTube, no Facebook. You would die if you put off your Facebook, I know. But for me, I would put it off, switch off, and just sit there and just sleep in the sun.
Yeah.
There's that healing, you know, that nice feeling of we are about to go and we're about to finish, and I want to ask you something. Have you ever received any mentorship? I want to talk about mentorship in art.
Okay.
Or you just came right from school, I went to class, I have my abilities.
I think I've never had mentorship.
Wow. Would you want?
Yeah.
Would you want to?
Yeah.
Or you have this attitude, nani kama mimi ndo ule msee.
No, I've tried. I've tried, but you see, with mentorship, both of you have to be in the same page. So on the same page. So.
But because all of you are quiet people.
Yeah.
So you can be in the same room and then you're not even talking. And when you're done, you say, huh? So if I was to give you a chance today and tell you, Hilda, I've gotten you some mentorship.
Yeah.
What would be your dream mentorship? Mentor, who would be your dream mentor? Or where?
I think I have to think about that.
You have to think about that.
Yeah.
I tell you, today I've gotten you a mentor.
It depends. It's what field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm asking you, what
Just a
what
mentor.
would be your dream mentor?
Dream mentor. Okay.
So you have to think first.
Yeah.
Keep thinking. What would be yours?
My dream mentor will be
In art.
in art.
In agriculture, I'll be.
The kitchen garden.
The kitchen garden is doing very well. And by the way, 2 days ago, I ate from that kitchen garden.
Wow.
Yes,
that's
I did.
Nice.
Veggies.
So my dream mentor will be someone who obviously does really good art and someone who can take me through, like, you know, navigating the art industry,
I
because
want a
that's
name.
where I am. Oh, a name.
I want a name because you should know people. You should know people. Do you have a name?
Okay. Yeah, I have a name. There is that Susan Karaoke. And there
Susan,
is-
can you hear me?
And there is Michael Soy Pia.
Mike Soy.
Yeah.
Mike Soy.
Michael Soy,
Mike
yeah.
Soy. I know. I've heard him. If I reach out to him, would you
Yes, I'd
would you
be
pack
glad.
your bags and close that studio thing? You know. But at least now there's virtual.
Yeah.
You can do virtually.
Yeah.
So that on the same note, if you were to, if this piece of art was to be displayed, Dream Studio or Dream Gallery, locally, internationally, dream big, because you have to dream all the way.
Locally, there are some galleries that showcase in.
You showcase?
No, I don't showcase. I've never actually, but I've been thinking about proposing. There is Kenya Museum, National Museum. They usually have galleries a lot. There is.
And actually, they have an artist day or something.
Yeah, they usually have
just
events.
gather there.
Yeah.
Yes, they have events. I think we used to go when we were in college. We used to go there at the museum for such events. Yeah. Do you go to them? Ama you
I have gone to one.
Fine. You know that. You know you need to mingo. So that you can come in contact with the artists. So gallery.
There is Kenya National Gallery. And there is also like galleries that showcase at
There's
Waterfront, Karen. Yeah.
There's a one in Karen. I think I saw some nice there's some nice gallery there.
Yeah.
In fact, even the butterfly place. What is it called? The butterfly place. Blixen, at the Blixen, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. You need to go places. It's full of butterflies. You should go there. You'll be so inspired. You'll draw these big butterflies. You know, us the closest we get to butterflies when we don't see them is in the stomach. And I know I'm going to be hosting Hilda. I get them butterflies. So, do you have a dream gallery you want to do that?
Yeah. There's Circle Art Agency.
Let me ask you. You know, I'm trying to expand your thinking. Have you ever heard about this kind of support for artists in terms of equipment, knowledge, and experience? Have you ever heard about them?
I think I've heard.
Or can I ask you, have you ever gone to an art festival? There was one in this Nairobi. Do you remember it? You people need to wake up. Sakaja, our governor, he held a big gallery here the other time. I mean, it was not an art. I mean,
Nairobi
artists. He brought
Festival.
the festival. There was a lot of artists there.
Okay, yeah.
And you never went.
Nairobi
I didn't see
Festival.
you. I would have noticed you.
Yeah.
Eh?
I never thought it was art-centered.
No. The festival.
There were so many
Festival.
I judged it wrongly.
Yeah, you need to, because I think there's a lot of things you can bring out of the city and see out of the city. And I think I want to give you a challenge. I want you to, bring out something out of yourselves that is beyond just your normal art. You know? Yeah. Gather all like now the guys you are in class with. Yeah. All of them are in the house. That's why I told you the first question. You remember the first question? I won't repeat it.
Okay.
The first one. You're all in your houses now. Everybody's just doing their thing. You need to gather them so that we see something that can come out of those guys.
Yeah.
You know? Because I think we are better when we are in clusters or in groups. Yeah. Isn't it? Yeah, because if you're only drawing your things, you come out thinking this is the best, then you see your hummingbird. So you want to hide yours behind your back, you know. But then, see, if you're talking and you're having these conversations, you bring inspirations, you inspire some of them. Do you get discouraged, Dayana?
Okay,
you get discouraged?
Sometimes.
They say artists don't get discouraged. They just go to their canvas.
Sometimes you get discouraged because there's especially in Kenya, the art industry can be challenging to maneuver and to get noticed.
Yeah, but do you think it's grown? It's made some strides.
Yeah, it's grown a lot,
and it's growing.
Yeah.
So are you on the line of growing? I mean, are you up to date with what's cutting in the industry in Kenya? Because
Yeah,
let me tell you, if you don't get
making those-
information,
yeah.
you keep saying the art industry is not growing, but there are
Yeah.
some guys making millions,
Yeah.
True.
isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think I won't give you a challenge. Fresh out of college now, begin to pursue. These streets are harsh.
Yeah,
These
true.
streets are harsh, my dear. They have no mercy. You have to have that other face. Yeah, these ones you don't smile with the streets. They'll kick you out.
They'll humble you.
Yeah, you'll be humbled. But you need to keep, I believe if you kept your eyes open, I am a believer in finding more knowledge, finding what other people are doing both locally and globally.
Yeah.
Because I mean, art is big in the West, and I'm sure you need to be thinking, but have you ever thought of going to the West
Yes.
and leave us? Dayana.
I'd like to go there and like explore their art.
So I am sitting with people who are passing. Hilda,
Yeah.
you just want to go to Berlin and leave us here, you know,
To visit, not
to
live
see
there.
the world.
Yeah.
To visit.
What is your dream country?
I'd say
You
Italy.
want to see Italy.
Yeah.
Italia. What's good about Italy?
Yeah,
I have a friend who lives there.
the
Can give you a
culture.
contact. Can give you a contact.
You can give.
I can give you a contact.
Okay.
I have a friend in Italy.
It's okay.
I have her number even right here. What's your dream one?
My dream country is the UK.
The UK.
Yeah.
You like the Queen's English. The Queen's English. Well, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Mine. You want to know mine?
Yes, Kenya.
Mine. Beyond Kenya. I love Kenya. That one. That
I'm
one
saying
is
it's Kenya.
Kenya is it.
Yeah.
Truly.
Kenya is your dream
Kenya.
country.
Me, in fact, when I go to places like Limuru, the cold, and Eldoret.
And the views.
But another one I would want to do is Austria.
Austria. Nice.
So
Why?
help me draw Austria.
Okay.
And I can send it to the embassy and tell them we want to do this. I think we are beginning to put it down.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, at your level of experience,
Yeah.
at your level of experience, and I can't downplay that, I cannot draw with charcoal, neither can I do hummingbirds. So that's paint, color paint, you know,
Yeah, acrylic.
acrylic.
Yeah.
What? Are your instruments and equipments expensive?
Yes.
I think
Acrylic, or you are given on the streets?
No, you're not giving on the street.
You buy.
They're
You just, there's a shop I used to go, and they have these lots of paints. You know, when we are told when we are taking children to school and they say they should come with paint. So I went, in my mind, I didn't know what paint. So I went to so I discovered I'm in a high-end stationery shop where they sell artists' paints.
yeah.
So acrylic. And I was shown also, you know, the way you say, hiyo ni ngapi? Hiyo ni ngapi? 1,300.
I know.
I
Mimi
heard this.
natafuta 300. You know? So, are your paints expensive?
Very expensive.
Very expensive.
And how do you maneuver? Because, I'm thinking how much paint that went in, how much paint, into that canvas. And the canvas itself, is it expensive?
Yes.
Or you just go and say, I'm coming for canvas and you get it?
No.
So like the materials are usually expensive for art. So like you have to know, for example, while buying canvases, you don't just buy a canvas that's already prepared. You prepare it for yourself to reduce the costs.
To reduce the cost.
And the paints are expensive, very expensive.
Yeah. So given a chance, would you buy a shoe or paint?
Paint.
Definitely.
Shoe or paint?
I'd buy a cheap shoe and then
Expensive paint.
Yeah.
My Lord. My Lord. There's this, okay, let me not go there. But it's that passionate.
Yeah.
You would go for paint first, then you look for shoes later.
It's like your business or anything you're into. It's like your career. You really have to
It's
put
like
something
buying
into
stock.
it.
for the farm.
Yeah.
You know me, I farm through my wife, so I'm a very good farmer. Very ardent. We're about to close. Let me ask you, if somebody called and said, I would want to sit under Hilda. I like her hummingbird and her expressions. I like the way she expresses her paintings and herself. Would you give them that chance?
Yeah. I would.
You would give them that chance?
Yeah.
And not scold them?
No.
You know, when an artist scolds you, you either put on a helmet and a mask because they may hit you with paint. You know? So you'd give them a chance, just to learn what you have. You know, they say we grow by giving.
Yeah.
So if you give, you know, you just come to the next levels, isn't it? So would you do that, Jana?
Yeah.
I'm utamwambia goja.
Your time is coming.
What are you trying? This is not for children.
It's not for children.
It's not for children, so stay away, right? So you would give somebody an opportunity.
Yeah.
If I came, would you give me? I start with my sticks, and then you tell me, no, you draw like this.
Yes.
I mean, can you, apart from the gifting, apart from gifting, we are just closing down now.
Yeah.
Apart from the gifting to be able to draw, can somebody learn from scratch, you know, just, can you teach somebody this is how to draw, this how to draw, this how to draw? Of course, you can't teach them how to dream and be inspired, but can you teach them how to draw?
Yes.
Or do you think you can?
Yeah. Because I think anyone can learn how to draw, because it's like a language. It's a way of communicating.
Some of our hands are very stiff.
You learn as you draw.
Yes, with your stiffness.
It will get flexible with time.
Very flexible. Wow. You know, I'm glad to have you here. Yeah? I'm glad to have you here. I see our cameraman is focusing hard on you guys. So he never thought there were girls in art. You know, I don't understand these guys. You know? But I'll give you a cup of tea after this.
Okay.
So I want you to look at the camera and give us a parting shot. Look at someone in the house, mwambia amke, atoe blanketi, atafute makaa, you know, look for charcoal.
Go look for birds.
Go outside and see what you're seeing and
go into nature and
look at someone, tell them something. Inspiration, inspire someone today.
Okay.
So that it shall be said, Dayana. Somebody will write, you know, they write me text, they say, that Dayana, she inspired me.
She inspired
someone. And not the cameraman.
Okay. So anyone who is seated at home right now and you're passionate with art and you'd love to learn, like start from scratch. Yes, it will take some time to learn everything, but it's worth it after a while. And make sure you practice a lot. Practice makes perfect. So for me right now, I can say that nimefika mali kwenye I can draw something, but I'm not perfect yet. So make sure you practice, makes perfect. It can grow into something beautiful, and that's all.
Hilda.
Yeah.
Talk to these Kenyans.
Okay.
Tell them, the global community. Tell them, please go out there and do what you believe in.
Okay. So, if you're passionate about something, just go for it. Just start doing it, because I'm a biggest believer of you can learn anything. Anything can be learned. So just take your time. There's a learning curve. Learn, and then put your effort and time into it, and then you'll just see the progress.
A quick shot. How long do you take to practice a day? How much time do you give it? In a day? Or you don't know when you're practicing and you're drawing?
Yes, I don't really time myself.
Me too.
I don't
So
time
you just
myself.
discover it's 7 in the night.
If if you have an interest
it's
in
7
it.
in the night.
No, it is 4 in the
Oh, it's 4 in the morning. And I started at 2, you know, Jana. So it's 4 in the morning.
But right now I'm starting to get at that point where I really have a lot of work. So
Or commissioned work.
yes, commissioned work. Now you just find yourself you're spending a lot of time and practicing without even planning it.
Quick shot again. Do you think you need a manager, somebody who can manage your, because now how do you think, okay, this paint I'll sell it at 10,000, and then you have a guy like me who is thinking this is 100,000, so I buy it from you 10,000, I sell it at 100,000, and then I change the signature, because when I buy the rights, isn't it?
Yeah.
So do you think you need somebody to take you through what you call entrepreneurship in art? We can organize.
Yeah. That would be nice. That would be really
so that
nice.
you can begin to value your gifts and talents, because sometimes maybe you're selling your art at a throwaway price. Your paints cost 12,000 and the art you cost it at 12,000 and you think you made a profit.
Yeah.
So think about it.
Okay.
And give me a shout. Is that okay?
I think I've already made my decision.
Do you want art? Because there are people who know what they call it profit for passion. Is it passion for profit? Some people who can show you how you can, you bring your passion, contain your passions, then bring profit out of it in form of that. Now you are an entrepreneur. In art, would we call you an artpreneur?
Let's just take that.
Artpreneur. I tell you, we can be that. Our time is much spent. I want to say, you guys beat the rain. Today has been rainy in the morning, and you didn't have an umbrella. And you beat the rain with your art, or your canvas was the umbrella. I got you now. I got you. And you beat the rain, I have to say I'm so grateful. Thank you, Hilda. I must humble myself and say it's an honor to host you, Hilda.
It's also
when I
pleasure.
grow up, I want to be like Hilda. It's been a great honor. Thank you, Elevate. Thanks you. And if you think you have something more, we can talk, isn't it? Dayana, thank you for coming.
Yes.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
I tell you. It's hard to get this girl. She's busy. She's busy. You call her, she told me, no. I mean, can we do next week at about, she really pulled me or pulled my leg, I told her, we can do like, no. I have some work, I have some canvas, I need to put it on canvas, I'm so glad you're here. I like your attitude. I really do. She hung me. If it was a date, she hung me. She really did. But she's here. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you're welcome to Elevate anytime. Well, that's all we could have. I enjoyed myself with these artists, and I'm so glad. God bless you. Keep it Elevate. God bless you.